Like, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
All right.
With you.
So,
We're totally with you. Okay.
all right, wait. So hold on.
Easy. Monday.
Let me set it.
Easy.
Johnny. I'm stuck on the whole walking through the
80s, so
hallway.
she was like a Molly Ringwald to me. Like, if you know anything about the John Hughes movies.
I won $100 million.
Oh, God.
I disappeared.
I
got it. I know this is why it works. Because there is a way. You think you not. Like,
Easy.
what's up?
Oh, well, welcome everybody to Easy Monday Motivation. It is your guy E. How do you be? Along with the crew that make it do what it do. Johnny, my liege, and my man CT. We gonna leave off the chocolate drop, but we gonna make it out today. How's everybody doing? We're so excited to be here today, and we're with you live. I'm not gonna say like we are like. Right here, we with you. Okay, see that pause was like no delay, like I wasn't froze. We're not in the matrix right now. Split second. We're gonna get you out and about, but let me check in with my folks. How y'all doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah,
Huh?
I'm doing good. Y'all, I am knee deep in puppy poop.
We want
Not
you.
literally puppy poop, but y'all was right. Everything y'all said last week, remember? Yeah, that's everything
I
happened.
was gonna say, is this being recorded? Like, okay, good. Like, because we get to play that one back. Like, we need one that's just like, y'all was right. Y'all was right.
Yeah.
That might have to repeat that.
Yeah, this will be the only time I ever say that.
Okay, well that's fine. I mean, we'll just take this clip and just edit it in wherever we want it.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah.
You only need to record it once to reuse it, so it's fine. Wait, I don't apologize. She doesn't want to. I'll just edit it in.
That's right.
So let me come to you, CT, my man. How was your week? How have you been?
Man, I am well, and I am not happy with the white stuff falling from the sky here in Columbus, Ohio. It had me in a bit of a mood. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, because I like the 4-letter S word that is already on the ground, not the 4-letter S word that falls from the sky. So I know.
Is that land? I'm just playing. I just had to be difficult.
I know I know you're trying to catch up. That's okay. No, so I'm not happy about that, but I am happy that I got back. Okay, so check it out. So y'all know I fly all the time, right? So my flight the other day left at 8:51 p.m. and we encountered some weather, and we circled like 6 times and landed at 12:42 in the morning. We was up there for a minute, y'all. Hear me when I tell you, because the storm that came through. And so he ended up coming, spinning, heading towards New York, went towards Rochester, came around the storm and landed. So we got here safely. But yeah, it was a bit of an adventure. But beyond that, all is well. All is well. Yeah, it's all good. I get to fly again next weekend. So y'all keep praying for me that the birds in the sky that fly will fly high, go up, and then come down safely.
Yeah. Oh, geez. Okay.
Yeah, no, we won't do turbulence. I know what you mean. I was on my last flight, like that. Man, that the feeling of turbulence on a plane is nerve-wracking, because when the whole plane feel like it just dropped, you like, listen, this is the last thing I want to feel here, okay?
Yeah.
Like when you're in a car and you do a little hill, whatever, you feel that little drop, you're like, all right, cool, because you instantly like, you like, but there's too much of a drop in turbulence. So shout out to you, CT. Thank you so much for all that you do, and we do pray for your traveling mercies and all the time. Make sure you make it home and do your thing, man. So Johnny, my liege, I'm gonna come to you. How was your week? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good this week. Just how I started it off. It's the puppy. That's my life. It's the puppy. But it's been so the kids are like, I thought this was going to be fun. He's really annoying. He's more of a chore. And my youngest was just like, I'm going to my room. I don't want to deal with him. I'm like, oh my gosh. But he's so cute and sweet. So that's been my whole week.
That sounds amazing. You know what else starts off cute, and then you start having these same problems, children. So, so it's funny. Yeah, but it's really funny when children ask for the same thing that they are. Then they automatically look at you like, I don't want to do this. And in your mind, you're like, I can't say that to you. How can y'all just say that to me? Like, right. Like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna walk the dog. I guess y'all listen, I went through it too. And that's why I told you, Johnny, you got this. Shout out to Terry for holding it down. We know he's the king of the pound. We making it happen.
He knows a lot more about dogs for sure. But y'all know I'm here during the day more than him.
Yeah.
So I'm like, just tell me what to do. Tell me what to do with the dog, and then we'll be all right.
Oh my gosh. Like,
yeah, it's going good though.
Okay, that's good. So shout out to the beautiful puppy Ace. Do your thing, Ace. Hopefully you'll make it. The kids is not gonna let you see 7, Ace. You need to all right, no, cool. So me, this has been a really weird week. I did get to go on a road trip for my cousin's service. You know, a shout out to my family out there, North Carolina, all over the world. You know, you lose someone, you go through some stuff, but it also allows for us to connect. So, you know, me and my mom and my sister drove down to Charlotte, North Carolina. I hadn't been in North Carolina in 7 years, y'all. I ain't seen my family down there in 7 years. So I felt a little hollow. You know what I'm saying? To get there. 7 years. Hold on, I'm getting a little echo. Years. So I felt a little hollow. You know what I'm saying?
I think
is that me or y'all getting echo?
No, that's you.
Okay, sweet.
That's you. The beauty of life.
All right.
The beauty of life.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So hey y'all, while we live, I'm echoing.
No, that's you.
Okay. All right, sweet. All right. I'll just keep going. I'll fix it. We'll fix it in post. So we're not fixing it. It's live. Just live with it.
right.
So I mean, the beautiful part was that I got to see my family, and we got to like really come together, love on each other, and support, you know, my family who are really more impacted with the loss, you know, more directly. Yeah. But that moment of playing cards and listening to music and dancing with your family and eating and all that fellowship, all of that made that memory of my cousin so much stronger, because she would be right there, right in the midst of it, driving that, making it happen. She'd be whooping some people with some cards. So it was just a wonderful experience to be able to ride down and see my family. So shout out to them. And I just want to say this for my little sister, of course, you know what I'm saying, two-door, wonderful biscuit, plantar. So yes, I'm gonna go ahead and kick it over to you, Johnny, and let you go ahead and lead our conversation today. I'm gonna try to figure out what's going on with this echo though, okay?
Yeah, no doubt. Maybe somebody's listening to it on the side, or I don't know what's happening. So this episode is called Spring into Something New. Somebody's listening to it on the side, or I don't know what's happening. So this is what happens when you're live. I love this. This is like a real show. Spring into something new, because even though Ohio is not showing it, tomorrow is the first day of spring.
Yes.
Real show. And that's I did think about you, CT, because when I saw that snow, I thought, oh, he's gonna have an attitude tonight on today's podcast. On tonight's podcast, he's gonna have an attitude.
Yes.
But today, so spring is something new, and I wanted to bring someone on that could really have an interesting perspective on what it means to something new and bounce back. Right when things get challenging, when life throws some hard things at you, how do you bounce back? How do you be resilient? And so, I have a very special guest with us here today. Is a longtime listener, but first-time podcast guest. She has incredible bounce back, incredible style, if I must say so myself. So, Cam, can you bring on our special guest today for us? And that is my sister, Miss Alicia Thomas. Fluff's big sister.
Hi, everybody.
What's up, sis?
What's up? Hey, CT. Hi, E. Hello, Fluffy.
Hey, we're so glad you're here with us. This is so
Oh,
awesome.
I'm excited. I feel like I'm on a real talk show on TV. Hello, America,
All of America is
with the
watching.
famous CT and E and Johnny. I feel like I'm meeting you guys in person for the first time. So it's a
Yeah.
privilege and an honor to be here on today. Thank
Yeah.
you
We're
Oh,
guys
so
for the
happy to
invite.
have you.
Well,
Yes, we're so happy to have you.
we're beyond excited to have you here, and thank you so much because we got a lot to talk about today, and Johnny's going to lead us in this conversation. But guys, this is a wonderful opportunity I've been waiting for. So
Yeah.
Johnny, I'll
Yeah,
go ahead and pass it off
absolutely.
to you because I'm so excited.
Well, you know what? Actually, let's just get on into it then, right? Let's just dive right into it. We'll get into some questions. So, Alicia, just feel comfortable, relax.
Okay.
You're talking to family, have a good time. We're just really happy to have you here. And again, it is all about springing into something new because to me, I've watched you over the years, incredible things have happened to you, unbelievable things have happened in your life, and yet somehow you are able to bounce back from it all. And so I knew that you would offer an interesting perspective and also motivation, because that's what we're here for, right? Like that's the main purpose of our podcast. But I'm going to pass it over to E because I feel like he's just ready. Look at
I,
him.
I
He's
am.
excited. Look at him.
All right. So we do see that you have quoted there that you are Fluff's big sister. So, as Fluff's big sister, first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit you some rapid fire questions because we just want to get to know you a little bit better. And then I'm going to hit you with some more of the Fluff stuff. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Number one, beach or mountain?
What?
Vacation. If you can go to the beach, or would you prefer to go to a mountain on vacation?
Oh, beach, definitely.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Next question, Android or Apple?
oh,
Apple.
All
whew.
right.
About
Okay.
to say.
Um,
There are wrong answers. I'm kidding. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
all right. Apparently, everybody team Apple. Morning or night? Are you a morning person or a night person?
Oh, absolutely not a morning person at all. I'm a night. Yeah. No.
You're not out.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. So, are you a wallflower or are you in the middle of the floor dancing?
I'm a wallflower, but when it comes to dancing, I will line dance all night if I can, if I know the
Okay.
dance, or I'll learn the dance. I'm not so much a social like butterfly going around talking to people, but I do like to dance. So
Okay. So we see the middle of the dance floor if the electric slide is on. What's your favorite line dance then?
the Tamia line dance is my favorite because
Oh,
a
the
lot of people
Tamia.
can't do it, and when I do it, I feel like I'm like everybody's watching me because I know how to do
Okay.
it.
All right. Let's step out there. Step out there. Okay.
I can do it. Nobody else can. But I'm in a line dance class, so I have been learning some new ones.
Okay. Okay. Well, just let me know when you get that jiggy woogie down. Okay. Because then I'll rock with you. Hey. Okay. All right. So thank you so much for the rapid fire questions. I'm going to play around now with some more, thought provoking questions. When you were growing up, what do you best remember about Fluff that annoyed you?
Oh my God.
Oh
It's
my
over.
goodness. Oh, let me see.
They're the same
It was
response.
so many things. It's so many things. Fluff, of course, she talks a lot, and that's her gift, and that's why she does what she does right now. That's her gift. Fluff always talking, always asking questions. Well, Mom, can I, Alicia, can you? And it's just got on my nerves, and I always had to take her with me, and not always, but sometimes I would have to take her with me, and she'd be asking for things, and I'd have to like, oh my God, and this is probably the reason why I said I never wanted to have kids.
Because I mean, it's
No,
true.
but
She always said that.
Fluff she is and was always, she was a talker. She loved to talk all the time. Like, girl, would you shut up? But
Amazing.
that's
And mind you,
Oh,
can I just say something too? We're 12 years apart. And we shared, not only did we share a room for a time period, we shared a bed
a
for a
bed.
while.
Oh
So
my
could you
God.
imagine how annoying I was? Like,
She was just always there. Like literally on my shoulders all the time. Always.
Oh,
I
that's
guess that's
beautiful.
why
Though.
we're so close, why we love each other so much. Because she's
Mm-hmm.
pretty much like my first child in a way.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's
Yep.
beautiful. Okay. All right, so I'm not gonna hog all the questions, and I didn't ask any hard, crazy questions. I got some more later. But I'm gonna go ahead and allow for CT to step in and kind of ask some questions. You know, CT, I'm tagging you in. Hold up. You up.
Thank you, and welcome to This Is Your Life. So since E took us down the pathway where Johnny is a part of the conversation now relative to your lived experience, what was the most embarrassing thing that you can remember that Johnny did or has ever done?
Hmm. Um, I don't remember anything embarrassing, I guess.
Mhm.
Well, I remember, okay, so I used to do her hair all the time and I burnt her
All the
face,
time.
and she never let me live that down. Not, and it wasn't all the time, girl.
Oh, it felt like it was all the time.
No, it wasn't. But she never let me live that down. Like it was just, remember that, Lisa, remember that time you burnt me? Lisa, remember that time you burnt my face? Remember, I mean, it was like, let it go, girl. I said I was sorry. I didn't mean to do it. It was a mistake. But
I said it a couple weeks ago when she was here. Mhm.
I
Yeah.
guess
Some things you can't let go, huh?
talking and asking a lot of questions in front of people, I guess, like, girl, just the talking thing, it was kind of like, because when you try to be cool and hanging out with your friends or talking to some, and you got your little sister behind you asking you questions and worrying you, and that can be a little like, okay, go sit down,
Mm.
so yeah.
That sounds accurate. That sounds accurate.
And I think that I want to be responsible to make sure we get the questions that are specifically about you. But selfishly, Eric and I really want dirt on Johnny. No, not because Johnny's always the cool one, right?
She's the cool one.
Right? She's the one that does things right, if you will. But when you think about no, let me be responsible. Let me be good. Let me be good.
Come
When
on. I
you think
mean,
about
a bit
Johnny
later we can be back.
as a mom, describe Johnny as a mom for me.
As a mom,
As a mom.
let's see. Johnny is a very, very sweet, loving mom. And sometimes I'm like, you're really babying those girls. I mean, she's always like, come here. She does that to Al. And she babies, but she's an excellent mother because she's so involved and she talks to them. They seem like they're best friends, her and the girls. And so I think she's an excellent mom. She's involved in their lives and she talks to them like they're real people and gets their opinion, let them have their opinion. So I think she's an excellent mother. Sometimes I think, and I don't know how to. I don't think I'm saying. I don't know if I'm saying this right, but sometimes she might be a little. She's a little too mother. I mean, I don't know.
Motherly?
Oh, use your words
I
now.
think she kind of spoils them a little bit.
Oh
Like
yeah. Oh God, yeah.
she spoils them rotten.
Okay.
She kind of spoils them. She kind of lets them have their way a little bit sometimes.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. That's
But
where
it's
Terry
all
comes
in
from.
love. And I think that's because the way we grew up, we were kind of Fluff is spoiled. Now let's get on that part. Fluff is a spoiled, rotten baby. Okay. And so she kind of, I guess that's why she spoils her children too, because that's what she's used to. Fluff is the baby of the family. She's a daddy's girl. She's used to getting what she wants, and everybody spoils the baby. So I guess that's what she wanted her kids to have the same thing.
Love it.
A
Oh,
rotten, spoiled baby, and she's
yeah.
Rotten spoiled baby. I'm you know what? Two-door biscuit plantar. That's what I think about
Oh,
the rotten.
that's why I said I can't get in on that game.
Yeah,
Spoiled
but
baby.
she's an excellent mother, though. She's just so involved and so encouraging to the girls, and I really think I admire her for that, though. I really do.
Mhm.
Very nice.
Yeah,
She's
I am.
awesome.
Yeah, that's my oldest nephew. He talking about gender
That's my
fluency,
son.
all of it, right? Talking about I spoiled him, but yeah, they are. But that's where Terry comes in. That's his job to
Yeah,
balance,
No, it's
now
not.
they won't
me out.
spoil them now.
No, it's not.
He balances me out.
No, it's not.
That's a good
That's
answer.
that's unfair to Terry.
That's right.
No, it's not because he likes that. That's what he does. He rules
Yeah,
with
we're
a
gonna
iron.
ask him on Father's Day. Don't worry. We're gonna ask him
Yeah,
on Father's Day.
exactly. We gonna really see how Terry feels. Like we gonna have a puppy too, and be like, I don't like none of this. Is she listening?
I said your puppy parenting is very similar to your real parenting.
That show we're gonna have a lie detector. We're gonna call that show the lie detector. That like we're gonna strap people up and be like, listen, the truth is what the truth is. Let's go. Oh, Johnny, I'm gonna pass it to you. I got more questions, but they are I think will come into play in some of what you want to extract from this discussion. So I'm gonna pass you to Johnny, and we'll keep it moving.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I think it started off really good, even though it was just really dirt about me, which I do not appreciate.
It wasn't all dirt about you.
All the dirt.
Just to let
It
y'all
wasn't
know.
all dirt about you.
I
We
didn't-
started
I'm
off
never
with
coming
her.
back. I'm never coming back. This is my last episode.
I didn't give them all the dirt, sis.
Okay, good. Yeah, don't give them all the dirt.
Oh, time out.
Now you
Wait a
know.
minute. What did she say?
Wait.
Did she say
And not-
I didn't give all the dirt, sis? Okay, we come back. That's fine.
That means more dirt. No, it's okay. She already told us you the one that she get in trouble with, so we knew what we was getting into.
That's
so.
right. That's right. That's right.
Mama.
Oh, goodness. Okay, so on to our topic about springing into something new, being resilient, trying something different. So I'm going to kick us off with this question. So something y'all don't know about Alicia, when she graduated from high school, she moved to Georgia. She moved right away at 17. Like soon as she graduated, she was out from Mansfield, right? And that was something that was out of the norm. It might have been like your generation who started to do that, but prior to that, it was like you grew up in Mansfield, you got a job, you got married, you had kids, and you stayed, and that's what you did, right? And so for you to leave at 17 at the time that you did, that was so uncommon. And so what made you decide to do that new thing? And weren't you afraid to do it? You weren't afraid to do that?
No, not at all. I don't.
Okay.
I don't remember being afraid. I remember wanting to leave as soon as possible. I wanted to do something different. Okay, so like you say, I graduated from high school in 87, and everybody was staying at home or either going to school in Ohio. And I was like, man, I don't want to stay here all my life. I don't want to do what everybody else did. And at the time, I didn't realize that I was just different. I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I did. So I wanted to model, first of all. And so the school I went to, there was a modeling, that was my minor, I guess, if you will. But I wanted to model, and I wanted to just get away from home. As far as, that was considered far then.
Yeah.
I was like, nobody in our family, like really our immediate family, ever left home like that and just at that age. Well, Uncle Freddie, but that's another story.
Right, that's right. That's right.
But yeah, I never went away to school to that far to go to school, and just picked up and left. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do something different. I didn't want to stay at home. I didn't want to get a job and get married and stay at home, and all the things, all the things that we do.
Identification break, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, I'm sorry. I see it came out, didn't it? It came out.
Yeah, it did. All the things.
All the things. Not that there was anything wrong with that, but it was not for me at the time. So yeah, and I wasn't afraid. I was like, listen, I got things to do. I'm out. So I wanted to leave. I just wanted to do something different and enjoy my life. And when I got here and saw Atlanta, I was like, oh my God, it's a whole new world. I never going back home.
And you haven't.
Going back.
So you haven't either. Yeah. Oh man, that's so cool. I just remember being little and I thought that was so cool. And remember, I used to call you and be like, Leisha, what time is it down there? You like, tell me it's the same time zone. Like, what are you talking about? Don't ask me that anymore.
Right. What do you want?
What do you want? We're in the same time zone. Stop asking me
Yeah,
that question all the time.
Did you ever
yeah.
have a little sibs weekend? And did Johnny come down? Like at your college, did they have little siblings weekend where your brother?
No, she never came down because the distance and we just never talked about you coming down as a little girl. I mean, coming to visit me.
Mm-mm.
It was yeah, no, we didn't.
Mm-mm.
And I wish she had came, was able to do that, but we never really had that. It's just the distance and it was enough getting me down here. And
That's true.
right. So no, we didn't, but I
Yeah.
would kind of wish, yeah, we could have done that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I tried to come
Um,
home as much as I could,
Mm.
but
yeah.
yeah.
Fellas, did y'all have a question?
Yeah, I got a
Okay.
question.
Okay.
So we're thinking of 17-year-old Leisha moving out of this small city, moving to the big city of Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Did you find anything out about yourself in that scenario that you would have never found out if you would have stayed? And if you did, what were those things that you found out about yourself?
I found out that I could be independent, that I wasn't fearful, even though I was fearful about things like this, doing stuff like this, talking in front of people, speaking in front of people. But I wasn't fearful about moving. It seems like little things. It's the little foxes, little
Mm.
things that scare me. But moving from Ohio down here, I wasn't afraid. I found out that I could just do, yeah, I could do things that I never thought I could do. Like in school, I discovered things that I didn't know I could do that. But that made me know that I have to try things in order to find out that I like it, or that I
Oh,
know how to do it, or that I'm not afraid to do it. So,
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good. Okay.
mhm.
Oh, I love that. That's
Yeah, you
good.
have to
That's really
Now,
try.
good. We'll come back
you
to
Yeah,
gotta
that.
try things. You
you
just
got
gotta try things. I
You
like it.
do.
Okay. All right.
You do.
good
You
things.
never
Don't
know.
just try anything, but
Wait,
uh,
hold on. Wait. What's good is subjective. I don't know if I can
I
agree with
mean,
that.
you know
Oh
what I'm
God.
saying. You know what I'm saying.
No, I
Don't
don't,
just
because when I was
No,
17, good things was not good things.
well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, we have different experiences and good things, positive things, put it that way.
Okay. I mean, you can spill some tea on yourself right now. You can you tell us
No,
about some of them subjectively good things that happened when you first got to Atlanta.
no,
It's
'cause
okay. We'll catch you in the after show.
my mom is on
That's right.
the after show. Yeah, we'll do that.
CT,
Did
I'll
you watch?
pass it to you.
Did you used to watch a Different World?
Of course.
Yes, I figured so.
Yes,
So
that was
there
my
was
show.
this. Let me see if I can. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if it'll do it. Let me try. Let me see if it'll do it.
And close
Okay.
that chapter of your life and then relax, relate, release.
When I think about you, I thought about that phrase. It's like relax, relate, release. So when you think about you went away from home, as Eric mentioned, you weren't afraid. So there was a relax, relate, release that you took with you, or you developed while you were there. Like when and how did you have the confidence to be able to say, I'm not going to be afraid. I'm going to do this thing because it lives in that relax, relate, release vein to me. Not
Hmm.
all of us have that. So where did it come from? How did you develop that?
Yeah.
Ooh. Um, I think when I got here, I felt the relax, relate, release because I felt like I had grown up and that I mean, I grew up and I'm meeting new people and I'm doing new things and I learned how, just being around different people and different experiences and like, this is so cool. Like, this is just so me. And I'm relaxed because I'm doing something really, really different.
Mm,
And I'm doing something that I like to do. And it's
Mm.
exciting. It was exciting to me. I mean, everything about Atlanta was exciting to me. I mean, looking at all of these black people everywhere. And back then it wasn't half the way it is right now. But it was just it was just clean and it was bright and it was beautiful. And so I was just relaxed and realized that man, there are new things and there are different things in the world that I can do and different experiences that I can have in this new place. So
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
great.
I
Relax
just think
at least.
yeah, I think that's just so inspirational to other people because we put ourselves in a box very often, right? And
Mhm,
we limit
mhm.
ourselves to certain experiences and we get really comfortable. But
Yeah,
just like you said, when you step outside of your box and try something new, you have no idea what you're capable of doing,
idea.
right?
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
just got to
yeah,
give it a shot. You got to try it first.
yeah, exactly.
Um, yeah, so life has thrown some
Mm.
stuff your way, some definite some challenges your way, and from the outside looking in, you handle it with so much grace and so much style and so much maturity because it's some of the things that you've gone through. I think it would be very easy to just like kinda just give up or just like, "You know what?" Or look a hot mess or you know what I mean, on the outward appearance. It could be really easy to do those things, and you don't. So could you just share with our easy motivationers a little bit of some of the things that you've been through, a little bit of your story?
Hmm. Okay. Well, like you said, we grew up in Mansfield, grew up in the church, just a little church kid, a little shy, little chocolate church girl.
Mhm.
Very, very shy. I'm still very shy. But like we talked about, came here after graduation to go to school. It was just a 2-year college. I didn't really realize that it's what it was. I just wanted to get away from home. I just wanted to do a different thing. And so got out of school and realized that I did not want to go back home. So I hustled and worked hard and worked 2 jobs. And I was like, listen, I'm not going home. I don't care what I have to do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to stay here. Well, I started working and then eventually ran into somebody and got married very young.
Yeah,
We had it very good. I mean, we were stupid in love. I mean, stupid young and stupid in love, but it was that's what we did. So we got married. We had two beautiful, beautiful boys,
Oh,
mhm.
wow.
married for 16 years. I mean, the best part of my life are my boys.
They are the
They're
best.
grown men, 31 and 26 right now.
Nice.
Wow.
Mhm.
So they are awesome, awesome boys. But
They are the
we had
best.
it was just a really quick, we got married and we tried, we worked really hard. We tried really hard to work this out, but it didn't work out. So I went through a divorce. We went through the divorce and it was hard. On one hand, it was hard, but then on the other hand, it was kind of a relief because we kind of grew apart because we were so young. I was 22, he was 21. And that
Mm,
you're very young. At that age, you shouldn't be thinking about nothing but going to school and trying to do something, I mean, other than being married. And we were just too young. And I think we agreed that we were too young. And it just we kind of grew apart, you
mhm.
know. So we got the divorce and it was painful and it was hurtful. It was hard to get it was hard. But I knew I had two boys to take care of and I ain't got time to sit around and cry and be sad. And I did that. I did a little depression and all those things. Not to say it didn't hurt, but listen, I got to get up and get myself together because I got these two boys to take care of. So, like they say, like now, when I'm a flight attendant, so they say put the mask on yourself first,
Mm.
then you
Yeah.
can take care of somebody else. So I
Mhm.
had to put the mask on myself and went to some
Ooh,
counseling, got
That's
some
good.
counseling so I could take care of my boys.
That's good.
Whatever I had to do, I had to where I worked, I did the things, all the things, to take care of my boys. And that's what I did. And I didn't have time to sit around and cry and be sad because I got things to do. I got things to do. I got to get it. I got to go.
yeah.
Yeah.
It
And
kinda reminds me of what E said last week when he said he had to be he was okay because he had to be.
I
Had to be
had
sure.
to be. Yeah, you
Mhm.
have to be. Yeah, that's exactly right. And that's what I thought about when he said that too, because you ain't got time to think about, am I gonna be able to do this? I'm scared. I don't know what I'm gonna do. You ain't got time to think about that, especially when I got these kids to take care of. And that was my main objective. I gotta get myself together so I can take care of my boys. And that was my main focus. And so, we went on and also, my faith in God and all if it wasn't for the Lord, I don't know. Like they say when we testify, if it wasn't for the Lord on my side, I don't know where I would be.
Talk
I
about it.
would be crazy. I don't know what I would have done, but my faith in my church and my church family and my family, the support that I receive from my family is just it's undescribable. I can't describe how much they helped me and how much the prayers of people and the saints and the church. It was just absolutely amazing how people even people that you don't know support you and help you. So I don't want to keep talking too long. So do I need to stop or do I need to keep going?
You can keep going. You can keep going because there's more you got to say.
Okay. So yeah. Like I say, so the church was my life. I grew up in the church, and as an adult, I'm in the church. I'm active. My boys are active in the church, and so after the divorce, I'm just doing my thing. I'm at the church, and so all of a sudden, somebody started coming up to me every Sunday wanting a hug. Right?
A hug.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Is this a church hug or a hug?
It was a church. It started out as a church hug, but it was like it started to be like every Sunday. And then he always wanted to talk to me after church. And it's like, as soon as I get out of church, hey, I'm like, okay. And he always asking me little interesting little questions, complimenting me. So anyway, long story short, I already knew him, Leon. He's an elder at my church. Been knowing each other for years, had no idea that we would ever get together. It was just, oh my God. It just came from nowhere. I know it was God. It was the Lord that put us together. So anyway, we got together. We started dating. When I had just turned 40, he had turned 60. So he was he was a lot older than me, which is what I like because I like older men.
She's old. Leisha old, y'all. She's an old spirit.
I'm an old
You've been
lady.
making decisions on what you like for a long time. Let's be real clear.
I've been making decisions. Yeah, making decisions for a long time. So I'm over, I'm 40. So I'm 40. Yeah. So he's older than me. So what? Doesn't matter. But he didn't act older. He didn't act old. We kind of balanced each other out. Like he was the life of the party. He was fun. He was all the things. So our love story, fell in love. We got married. This is my second marriage. I mean, it was a beautiful love story. We laughed all the time. He was the funniest person in the whole wide world to me.
Yes.
We traveled together. We made a home together. He loved my boys like they were his own. And so when we were married 13 years, almost 13 years. And so and I hope I don't cry. I try not to cry. But in 2022, we found out that he had cancer. And he got really, really sick and really fast. And he just went down really fast. But he passed in January 2023 of last year. So, yeah. So now I'm going through, not only have I been a divorced woman, a divorcee, or however divorce say, whatever you say that word. Now I'm a widow. So now there's another, I guess, adjustment or something that I have to pick myself up and start over again. So now I'm trying to figure out this new life as I hate to say a widow. I hate that word. I feel like it's an old lady, old lady with gray hair sitting around, that's not me. I'm still grieving somewhat, but it's getting better. It's getting a lot better. So now I'm adjusting. I'm learning to live life not as us or we. Now it's just me.
Yeah.
I'm adjusting to that. So with that being said, I felt like my kids are grown. Now I'm alone. I'm not alone. I mean, I have people. I have a beautiful village of people that love me and support me. But now it's time to do something new. And so here I go again, doing something new. I worked for the CDC for like 12 years, and I got burnt out with that. Even trying to take care of him while I'm working, and it just got to be too much. And I was like, you know what, God, I can't do this no more. I need to find something else to do. So that's when I applied to Spirit
Okay.
Airlines, and people are like, Spirit, you want to be a flight attendant? Why? Because that's what I want to do, and I want to do something different, and so I did it. And so I went through 4 weeks of training, and I graduated, and I became a flight attendant. Got my wings and became a flight attendant. Was I afraid? Yes, because I was afraid because I'm doing something different. I'm afraid because this is just out of the box, thought out of the box, and like I'm gonna do something different. But because the main, me and like I said, me and Leon love to travel, and I said, you know what? Since we love to travel, I'm gonna travel the rest of my life, and I'm gonna take him with me in my heart. And there's always a part of him that's with me when I'm going somewhere. But yeah, so I said I'm gonna do something new, and this is what I wanted to do, to become a flight attendant, and I did it afraid, and that was my catchphrase. I did it afraid. I listened to used to listen to Joyce Myers a lot, and she
Mhm.
talked about doing things afraid, and I
Yeah.
was like, that's me.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
do. Yep. I can do. I sometimes I'm scared to death, but I do it anyway. I do it afraid, and things I got to do, I got to do. Yep.
Mm.
So.
Yep.
There's a
Yep.
book.
So
Yeah.
long story. That was a long. I'm sorry, it took me a long
No, that's
time to get through
good.
that, but hey, that
It's
was
beautiful. Thank you.
it was short.
Yeah.
The short version.
Yeah.
So,
But
yeah.
that's why we wanted to that's why I wanted to bring that up, right? Because,
Mhm.
we always talk about people are going through so many things,
Yeah.
like, that we can't even imagine, and they feel like they can't get through it.
Mhm.
And somehow you are getting through all of this. It doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt, right? Doesn't mean that you're not
Mhm.
afraid. But somehow you're making your way through it, and that's what we want people to see. So I appreciate you so much for telling your story. I was like, well, how much are you willing to share with everyone? Because I know, but I just know how helpful that testimony is, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Thank you for
CT, what do
sharing.
you have to say? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, listen, there's like we talk about like people go into depths, right? And we talked last week about, people who share in a transparent way or a vulnerable way, but you gave us your truth. And we honor you for that. We honor that
Thank you.
you were faithful in the things that you did, and you've been like that consistent thread. I mean that. Like I wrote it down. I was like, she knows what she likes and she does what she likes. I wrote that down because it was like I'm just gonna do it. Right? It doesn't matter what it is,
Yeah.
who it is. I'm just gonna do it. And and please excuse this, but my mind is crazy. When you first started talking about Lee, and I was like, oh, that's just Johnny in a different form because the way you were describing how he showed up and was bugging you and was giving you hugs and was talking to you, I was like, that sounds like baby Johnny. That sounds like I was like, oh, that's Johnny manifested in the body of Leon. But anyway, so
I love that. I love that.
but like when someone has gone through the level of personal trauma and transition and change, I am curious about your conversation with your sons, whether it was the death of Leon, whether it is you changing jobs. There's got to be something that you share with them. At one point they were teenagers, another point they are adults, and there may be different things that you would share, but I'd love for you to provide us with some perspective, some thoughts. Like, what were you telling the boys? What was mama saying to the boys?
Mm.
Hmm.
Wow.
That's a good
Um,
question.
that's a good question. I just I always I've tried, I'm always honest with them, first of all. I tell them what's up, what's going on with me. I try to, and I don't like to tell them everything because I don't want, my boys are very sensitive and they kind of can pick up on things even though
Very
I don't.
intuitive.
Very intuitive, right?
Mhm.
They feel things, they know. Even I don't have to say anything, but they kind of know. But I try to be honest with them and let them know what's going on, what I'm doing. If I'm thinking about doing a certain thing, I want to I want to hear what they have to say. Even with the divorce, we both, me and their father, sat down and talked to them and let them know what was going on. And it was kind of rough, especially for Rudy because he was the oldest. But we try to just be honest. And then when I started dating Leon and it got serious, I told them about him. And it was funny because Rudy said, Elder Thomas at church, isn't he like 1,000 years old? I remember that. It was so funny. It was so funny. And they were like, but they were like, he was like, as a teenager, okay, whatever, but they were like, as long as you're happy, and that means you. And Ahmad is so profound when he speaks. He says, well, as long, well, that means you found love again, Mom. Wow. And I was like, wow, that's really sweet. And then and then the thing about the flight attendant job, I talked to them about it, and I was like, yeah. Now, what do y'all think about this? I mean, I'm gonna be gone a lot. I know you're grown and whatever, but I'm gonna be gone a lot. What y'all think about me switching jobs? And they're like, oh, Mom, that's cool. And I thought, it might be a little pushback, like especially with the baby. But he, they've been very supportive. So I basically just try to make sure I'm honest with them and let them know exactly what's going on, especially now because they're very protective of me. They want to know where I am, what I'm doing. So
yeah,
mainly just be honest with them.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for
Tell
that.
the truth.
And before E says something, because I definitely want to hear what he has to say about that. First of all, I got to give a shout out to my nephews. They are two. So she said, I baby my girls. I baby my nephews too. So maybe that's just who I am. And even Terry, like, can you stop calling them boys? They are grown men. I'm like, but they're sweet boys. They're so sweet.
31. You call me a boy, and I think we got to talk.
We're so close that they're just like, they already know. They just know, like, okay. Like, honestly, we already know. Just let her do it.
Like, that's anti-fun.
Yeah, just let her do it.
Let her
but I think that's interesting though too, because parents often try to hide things from their children or say, I don't want them to know I'm struggling. But and I'm not here to tell anyone what to say or what to tell their kids, because you are the judge of that. You know your child better than I do. But they see so much anyway. They already see it. They see what you're going through. They can tap into, they can feel all of your feelings as it is. So sometimes we think we're hiding stuff and we're really not anyway. So I think that's good that you open up that conversation and have, that conversation with them. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
I love just looking at it. What you gotta say?
So there was a lot in there to unpack that. And I just want to point out something that I think is very beautiful, because I too was married for 16.5 years and did the whole thing and went through a divorce. And my bounce back, I ain't never bounced back. So I am very proud of you for being able to get back out there, find love, and do it again. And I know that it's tragic how you lost your husband, but you were able to have a whole love that some people never have. And love is such a powerful force to transform us, right? Because the person you were before you met him needed to go through some things to meet him so that you could be with him. And now that you've had that experience, God has also said, you know what? I'm going to change you and give you wings so that you can go out and live this life free of those shackles that you had, which you clearly ran away from at 17. I mean, if you think about the essence of a lot of what, like CT called out, it is the freedom of choice and to be yourself and not be afraid. And the one thing that you finally was afraid of was to kind of give everything up and do something totally new, which I think is very profound in itself. Like, for the way that you've moved throughout your life, for you to be like, I need to drop everything. And that doesn't seem like that would be something that you would do based on all of the other things that you've held tight to and all of the other ambitions that you were like, I'm doing all of this. This is what I want to do. I got to do this. My kids are grown. All of this is done. I need to go live this new life. I think that's a beautiful message when we talk about resiliency and springing into something new. So thank you for sharing that. I'm gonna pull into this, like, because I'm single, and this love thing, like,
oh Lord.
How scared were you when you found love the second? Why do y'all be acting like that when I ask questions? I'd be so serious and on point.
This is
I
a
know
good
what you mean.
question. Never know with you. I've been watching this, so I never know what you're gonna say. So I already know that.
Motivation is I'm gonna need a little bit of leeway. Like, I mean, come on, y'all. I mean, I know I might be a little bad, but I ain't that bad.
No, you're not. You're not.
I behave for the most part. No, but seriously, I wanna kind of touch on the point of the fact that you haven't been afraid, but when you found love for the second time, did it scare you? Because it seems like it's scary for people who go through divorces when marriage is coming back, right? Like, a lot of people go through and they're like, I'm one and done. Or then you got the people who do it like 4 or 5 times, and then before you know, you're like, I don't even question if you even understand what you're doing. I think you just shooting shotgun shot. Hey, shotgun marriage. And I done married everybody I met, and it ain't worked yet. So
not everybody.
I mean, all the things I met everybody I met. Tutor, biscuit, plantar. Gonna keep sliding that in. But I just want to make sure. I want to hear, like, what was
I love that.
Oh my gosh.
Were you afraid when you found love for the second time?
I was a little afraid at first because I've been hurt, and I kind of had this little guard up. You put your guard up, and you try to protect yourself from being hurt again. I kind of dated a little bit, and then after a while I was like, you know what, these people, I don't want to do this no more.
That sound like
I don't want to be bothered. So I just kind of concentrated on myself. And then when I did that, and again, watching, I don't know who it was I was watching, they said, write down what you want, write the vision and make it plain, basically. So I started writing down exactly the type of man that I wanted. I wanted an older man. I wanted a man who had a good job, security, had his own house, a good man. I wrote all those things down. And when I promise you, he checked all the boxes. When he came into my life, it was just like, this is it. And I was a little afraid because when he told me he loved me for the first time, I was like, okay. What? I don't know what to say.
That's nice.
I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, okay. And I didn't know, I wanted to say it back, but I wasn't sure if I was ready to say it back. So, I had to get a little more comfortable with that. But I believe I fell in love the first couple dates, maybe the first or second date. It was just a feeling. I just knew, like, he made me feel safe. Put it that way.
Yeah.
I remember the first date. Of course, men, you're supposed to be a gentleman. A gentleman always opens the door. Always.
Yes.
Opens the door for the lady. But he took my arm, and kind of held my arm when we got out the car. And he kind of held my arm. And he just made me feel safe and secure from the jump. And so I prayed and asked God. I was like, God, is this what you want me to have? Is this right for me? I have, me and Fluff dreamed. We had dreams, and I had a dream about him. He was in my dream, and seemed like we were in a house together, and we were talking about a drawer and which drawer was mine. And it was just stuff like that. And it just seemed like it was just right. So I was a little nervous because of the age, but I got over that because the more I was around him, I realized that didn't matter. Yeah. That didn't matter. He just made me feel safe and secure, and that's what I needed. And he loved my boys, which was the main thing. And so that fear went away when I realized that he was going to love me and my boys and take care of us, and that he didn't care what people were saying about the age difference. They didn't care. I didn't care. He didn't care about what people thought about us. He didn't care. He loved me and he loved my boys. So that was it.
He sure did.
That is amazing. Thank you for sharing that. You've renewed my hope. I do have to ask one question that like don't make that face, Johnny, because like so like you said you put up walls, right? Like, do you know how many walls you had? Because I currently got up 5. I know. Why y'all laughing?
Why you got up so many walls?
Because I'm smart. I know how many walls I need. I need 5 walls. Okay.
Okay, so how if you got up so many walls, well, how are you going to ever find that person that you love if you don't give somebody a chance?
I mean, my first wall is just the wall around me to keep me happy and safe and whole, right? That's the first wall. The second wall, everybody I love is in there. So those are the people the closest to me. So I feel like the first wall is supposed to be there. Protect yourself, like you said, mask on. The second wall is, everybody I love. Okay, y'all can get in here. Third wall is people I have no choice but to deal with. I just have no choice but to deal with you. I mean, I love you, but I have no choice but to deal with you. Okay.
A point of clarification on the wall, if I could.
Thank you, Stevie.
What kind of wall is it? I ask because depending on the makeup of the wall, it's not that you're not letting certain things in, but you're not letting anything in.
Oh, come on. Come on.
If your wall is a brick wall, then you're limiting the good that could get in from getting in, trying to keep out the bad. And sometimes the bad might be good in the spirit of our podcast. So I'm just, you said wall. What resonated with me was that maybe love is standing outside the wall, and maybe you just need to either break the wall down or change the kind of wall that it is.
So my inner wall, the first wall got gates. Okay, that's the one you're supposed to have. You got to let people in, because how else you protect yourself if you just out there exposed? Okay, now don't mess with my wall theory. Okay, we'll come back to it. You can break that down if you want to. Okay, so we got the third wall. Outside of the third wall, where you got people that you got no choice but to deal with, then you got the gray space. This is the gray wall. This is where everybody starts, where you just don't know what's going on. Why are they here? Who are they? Are they friend? They foe? Do you got to deal with them? Do you love them? No. So you got to make all the decisions in the gray space. Outside of the gray space is your friends, right? Because like that like there's some people that's just your friends that you don't know that much about, or they don't know much about you. It's kind of weird how y'all relationship is, and you're establishing whether they're loved one or somebody you got to deal with, or or they should be out all the way outside. With that last wall is obscurity, because anything outside that, I don't even know what's outside of that wall. But maybe I have too many walls, and that's okay. But at least I know all of my walls. I know where everybody fits in them. There's organization to the wall system, and they all have gates. Okay. Now, I won't lie. You asked what type of wall. Have y'all seen Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
The wall. Okay.
I'm not with this.
I know it. No, that's a whole other episode now. Maybe
we'll have to continue this next week.
How long have you been divorced?
5, going on 6 years.
Okay. Do you want to get married again?
Oh yeah, I do.
Okay, that's a good question. I mean, that's a good start. Do you want to?
Yeah, are you proposing? I'm sorry. I apologize.
Oh, hey, the way your sister be talking about you. Excuse all respect. All the way your sister be talking about you. Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
Good.
Okay,
hey, how you doing? Good. Ready? Too. Oh my. Hey, CT ain't the only chocolate drop in our box today.
Oh Lord. Okay. All right. So
I'm gonna behave. I'm gonna slightly behave. All right, now I gotta pass it on.
Right?
Yeah, I cook. I make. Yes. I'm just gonna stop. I know I get my
down. You can throw down. Do you hear me?
Love,
you have to change what grandma do.
Yeah. I know you got to change it up.
Okay.
Look, I know we coming up on our time, so I'm going to say my last question. I'm going to say for as we are closing out, but I just want to say that I think this is such a great conversation. And Leisha, thank you so much just for showing up, saying yes, sharing your story. Because again, I said it before, but so many people are hurting and going through, and they feel like they can't get through. And you just never know who can feel freedom, deliverance, and just feel like they can go on another day by hearing your story and your testimony. So thank you so much for just opening up and sharing that with us. And I know you're like, a podcast, what? So I have to talk in front of America. I
Right.
don't know,
Hello,
I guess.
America.
But you did it,
Right.
girl. You did another new
Yeah, you did
thing.
great. You did
Yes.
great.
Yay. I'm doing the new things. Yay,
Come on,
me.
new thing.
CT,
Come
let me
on.
get my CT. Go ahead. Let's get the cheers.
Is that it? I can't find it. Hold on. It's not up and running.
Oh
It's
Lord.
messy today. It's messy today. I can't get the cheers.
Oh. Hey, cheers.
Yeah. Hold on.
No cheers. No cheers.
There
There we go.
we go.
There we go. There we go.
Yay.
Come on, new thing.
Come on, new things. Yes.
I love it.
Yes. All right, I'm gonna give it to you, sir.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Johnny, for the conversation, bringing into something new. Thank you so much, big sis, Fluffs, big sis. At least, man, you came through. We're gonna break that down in the back room. We're gonna hear about some extra secrets and all the other fluff stuff. But you know how we do.
Sorry, E. Sorry. I just have to say, we did not tell our mother that she was gonna be on the show today, so we
No, we
gonna
did
both
not.
get in trouble.
Mom.
So shout out to Mama. We wanted to
Shout out to
surprise her.
Mama.
Oh,
Yeah.
hold
Want
up.
to surprise
Mama
mom.
doesn't
Shout
know
out to
y'all.
mom.
Mom,
Shout out to my mom. Can I just say one thing about my mom?
Yeah.
please.
Okay. That was one of the questions. I didn't get to answer that question, but I wanted to say that she is the person who taught me to be independent, who taught me to do my thing, even though, she went through a lot growing up as a teen mom, growing up, period, a teen mom, being the oldest sister, having a lot of responsibilities thrown on her as a young girl. And then growing up and all the things that happened to her in her lifetime, she's one of the strongest people we know. And she taught me resilience. She taught me how to be strong. She taught me how to be independent. She's like, listen, I'm not going to ask. I ain't got time to ask nobody for nothing. I'm going to work and take care of you this is what she says. She told me, she said, I'm not going to ask nobody for nothing. I'm going to work and take care of you. I took care of you, and I'm not going to be dependent on anybody. And that's how she is. She don't depend on nobody. If she gets it done herself.
Yes, she does.
And she does all the things and she gets it done. And that's where I get it from. It's like, I got to do what I got to do. So shout out to the mom. Shout out to mommy. I love you, mommy.
Shout out Mary Douglas.
Shout out mom. Shout out to the mom. You know your mom is special. I love her. She is. Y'all do got a special mom. I can't wait to meet her in person. I can't wait to have her on the show, because when Mother's Day episode come on, it's going down.
You gotta come. Yes.
I mean, between y'all's mama and my mama, and boy, y'all in for a treat. We may have a 2-hour show that day. It's about to be off the chain. But this has been a wonderful conversation, and in the spirit of springing into something new, we love them too, Mama. In the spirit of springing into something new, I gotta ask the question: what would Grandma do? That's right, CT. You see, I rhyme that and time that.
Oh, listen. So I know we're at our time in terms of what we love to do, but Grandma might say in season 2, "Come here, baby." And in the spirit of the seasonal change, i.e., tomorrow, we are in spring. Even though there's snow outside, we're in spring. So I figured I would take my inspiration from Fluff's big sis and her mama and say, here is what we want you to think about when it comes to spring. So when you think about spring, here's what I want you to remember to do. You've got to remember on the S to show up. And when you show up, show out. I'm reminded when we got home from Florida, I noticed in our front that the spring flowers started to bloom. There was color coming out of them where they had just come out of winter and there was nothing showing. And yet underground, they were doing something. They weren't seen yet. They hadn't shown up yet. And this is a season where we need you to show up. And when you show up, I need you to think about the idea that the P is all about a new perspective. If we're thinking about new things that we're doing in our lives, because I'm showing up, I can't come with the perspective I had yesterday. I've got to have a new perspective because it might change how I actually do the R. Thank you, Johnny. And that is how I relax, relate, release in the spirit of resilience. How do I keep going? Like when that plant that was in the ground hiding because it knew it was too cold to come outside. But now that it knows it's right to come outside instinctively, it shows up in a way that it was resilient to make it through the winter. And when it made it through the winter, it's now relaxing because it's buds is coming out. It's releasing that little colored flower on the inside. And as it does so, I can relate to it. And I can relate to it because when I walk into a room, just like when I want you to walk into the room in the spring, I want you to be all the eyes you can be, and that is to illuminate that room. When I think about how you show up, when you walk into a room because you got a new perspective, because you are relaxing, relating, releasing, because you were resilient in the wintertime, when you illuminate that room, you know what the room's going to be? This is the end. Nicer. I just feel like the world that we're in, the times that we're in, we just need people to be nice. Because everybody's going through something. And when you walk into that room that you've illuminated, and because you did, everyone's nicer, you know what now gets to happen? People get things done. And when people get things done because the room is nice, because you walked in and illuminated it, because you relaxed, related, released through the resilience of the time, because you changed your perspective, it now becomes this thing that when you do that, here is what you get next. Hopefully it'll do it right. That's nice. Where'd it go? Where's my sound? There it is. I think that's it.
Show me the money.
Hey! When spring is springing, Grandma says, "Come here, baby. Show me the money." I'm working with my sound. I'm working on my sound, man.
I love it. One of my favorite movie scenes ever. I love that.
I love it. Oh yes, definitely. Grandma springing new things on us. Stop playing with us, Grandma. Mixing it in. All right.
That's right.
Grandma said
oh, okay, Grandma. Okay, wait a minute.
Grandma.
Grandma.
I love this show so much.
You know what? And listen, I'm so sorry. For the rest of my crew and our our engineer, producer, the back screen. But unfortunately, I gotta ask this question, Johnny. What you got?
Yeah. All right.
It is time. Too.
It is time for me. Okay, so what I got today in my gems today. Tabitha Brown wrote this is something for all of us, y'all. Okay. So Tabitha Brown, social media personality. I mean, she's our auntie, our best friend. We just love Tabitha. She wrote a new book. I Did a New Thing, 30 Days to Living Free. Years ago, she challenged herself to try something new, like for 30 days, right? Because she didn't really feel like she was living her authentic life. So I thought, how about we do our own challenge for 7 days? Okay, Cam, can you put up a slide for us, please? I feel like and Leisha, you can get in on this challenge too. So I am offering this challenge out to everybody for us to try something new. And the first one is create a new memory with your family or friends. Okay. And we're going to share this on social media and stuff later so everybody can pick back up on it. You don't have to write it down or anything. But the first one is create a new memory with your family or friends. The second one is explore new ways to communicate.
Wait, hold on. Before you do that, $2 biscuit plantar. Continue.
Which is a new way for you to create a memory with your family. Number 3, try a new exercise or workout. Right? All of us work out, do some type of something. So now we need to try something new. Number 4, exchange a craving for something healthy. I don't think this could be so hard for us. I think we could do this. Now, what we didn't talk about with Miss Alicia, she got a little sweet tooth. Okay.
Okay.
So, and I'll be down there next week. So are you ready to try something healthy?
You gonna bring it with you?
No, we're gonna find it when I'm down there.
I ain't got nothing healthy in this house. No, I'm just
okay. Okay. The 5th one is do something that honors someone you respect. Okay. Number 6, do something that reveals your purpose. And then the last one is do a new thing that's really an old thing. Right. So maybe something you've done before, you used to do, you stopped doing, and it's like, let's try to bring it back a little bit. Okay. So this is our challenge. And I think, guys, we can share this on social media. We can get our folks, our easy motivationers involved with us, because what we've learned today is that, you just never know what you're capable of doing until you give it a try. And you just get a whole new perspective. Trying something new, doing something different out of your regular routine. It may just surprise you for that new journey, that new part of your life's journey. So that's my gem. That's what I got for us today.
I love it. She always giving out homework.
Okay.
I do.
Always giving us homework. I already failed.
You already started?
Yeah, I'm doing something new. I started last week actually, and I'm tomorrow. Me and Lynn are going to 40 and over, 40 plus double Dutch. Meetup. So we're gonna be double dutching.
I see you double dutch. All right.
I don't know how to double dutch either.
Well, you don't know how to double dutch either.
No.
Yeah. I don't either, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna learn before it's over with.
Yeah.
Back when I was in elementary school and I couldn't do it, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this.
I love that.
You're a dancer. You can do it. Everybody believe in you. You got it. You got it. Okay. You got it.
Thank you, E.
You got it. That's sweet. Yeah, I know, right? That's hey, you also can count that you've done a podcast now. So you have.
I was gonna say that's your
that's number one. You already did that.
Did that? Okay.
All right. So you checking it off. All right, checking it off. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you check off your boxes as well as we in here laying it down. So we put it in there. Now I'm gonna go ahead and give a little bit of thoughts from your AOC on this particular day. From your AOC, my word for you guys is new. And what I'm just gonna tell you, I'm gonna break new down and just tell you, when it comes to things that are new, then you got to spring into never ever wait. Just do it. There is nothing in your way a lot of times. Fear, all of those things that will freeze you. If you wait, that's when they get to come in. Like, listen, I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably the wildest person a lot of people know. And the reason why is because I just never ever wait to do the things that I want to. I just do it. I just go. Like, if I feel like doing something, I feel like cooking something, go to the grocery store, buy the stuff, make it. You know, I don't psych myself out of new experiences. When I want to travel, I want to try a new restaurant. I don't go and think of all of the reasons why I shouldn't go. I just go, I want to do it. Boom, I go do it. I want to see the new Ghostbusters movie that come out this week. I want to see it. I didn't have to sit there and go, well, I didn't like the last one. I don't go through all of those things mentally when I want to do something new. So I'm just going to throw that out there for you guys to know that the word new actually means never, ever wait. Okay. All right. And that's from your boy, E, the AOC.
I like it.
You know what I mean? Johnny got gems. Grandma telling people what to do. Chaos is table flipping. Let's do it.
I like it. That was good.
I like that.
Yes. Shout out to Mel. Shout out to Mel for table flipping. She's the queen of table flipping.
Our resident table flipper. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes, that's right.
That's good.
I wrote that down.
Yep.
Well, no, thank you guys so much. And don't forget about the TBP, which is the two-door biscuit plantar for my little sister. Guys, I know I said it all show. Know that, there's a meaning behind me saying this. Have you ever seen the video of the dude that be washing people's hair? He got like all these guys in the chair and they be washing his hair and he be really foaming them up. And then we get to a certain place, he just slaps their head and slaps them. And then he walks down to the next guy, does the same thing. Slap, slap, slap. And I told my little sister, if I could get the two-door biscuit plantar into this show today, she's going to let me wash and condition her hair.
That ain't right.
What ain't right?
That ain't right.
I love my little sister.
I'm a little sister, okay? Speaking from a little sister who used to get locked outside of the house.
Yep.
That ain't right.
What ain't right? Getting locked out of the house? Probably not, but you needed it. Look at you. Look at how you act now. Good job, big sis. Good job.
It helped her.
That's what I needed, huh?
Yeah, that's what you needed.
Slap.
Got you back in line.
That's right. That's right.
All right. So I'm gonna go around to everybody, of course, and then we're gonna get our final thoughts so we can close out the show. So I'm gonna come to you, Miss Alicia. Thank you so much for being with us. Do you have any final thoughts or any motivations you'd like to pass on to the motivationers and people out there?
Well, I appreciate being on here. I enjoyed it. It wasn't I was nervous, but I really got into it once I started. So thank you guys for having me. I just want to say, like you were saying, don't be afraid. And even if you're afraid, do it afraid. That is my catchphrase. Do it afraid. If it's something new you want to do, just do it, like you say, and do it afraid if you have to do it afraid. But you'll never know unless you try. You have to try new things, and you'll never know what you like until you try it. So don't be afraid to try. And if you're afraid, a little bit afraid, do it anyway. So.
That's beautiful. That's good. I mean, there's no such thing as courage without fear.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So you gotta have it. So I love that. Don't be afraid. Do it with fear. We gonna have you back on. We're gonna have a whole HR fluff and stuff episode where you get to just spill the tea on Johnny My Liege. Now I'm gonna come to you. I'm gonna come to you, CT, for your final thoughts.
Big sis, thanks for blessing us with your presence. Thanks for blessing us with your story. Thank you for blessing us with the ability to know that we can do hard things. Even like we said last week, when life is lifing, right? And I think you helped to bring it forward. You had some life that was lifing, and you still chose to keep going. And so, and truthfully, like I'm feeling like inspired to do some stuff. Like there's some new stuff that I need to go do, and I need to stop letting myself get in the way of the new stuff that I need to do. And so, I'm feeling over here like, okay, there's a mild conviction on me. Like, no, go do what you're supposed to go do and need to go do, Chris. So I appreciate this pod. I appreciate each one of you all. And just thank you so much for loving us and blessing us on this pod today.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Johnny My Liege, I'm gonna go ahead and let you give us your final thoughts. I know you're so happy to have you. I mean, she's been bragging about you being on here. She's been so pumped about you being on here. So go ahead, let's get your final thoughts, Johnny.
I brag about her all the time. That's just my big sis, man. Like we are what sisters are supposed to be. And our parents did that for us. And I'm just so incredibly grateful. She's my sister, my best friend, my second mother, an auntie, the whole nine. And I can't say how much I appreciate her. She inspires me so much. I know she's been through so many different things, and I just knew that in some way her story would inspire other people. Just be like, you know what, it may be hard, but I'm gonna give it a shot and do it anyway. One thing she taught me that is there's nothing a good pair of earrings and lipstick won't fix. So shout out to my ladies. Hey, when things get bad, just put on some earrings and lipstick, and you'll be able to get through anything, right? But seriously, sis, thank you so much, Sissy, for joining us. I love it.
You're so welcome, Sissy. Thank you for inviting me. And I'm so proud of my little sister, my little baby girl. She is doing a fantastic job. All of the talking, praise the Lord, has paid off. Thank God.
Won't he do it?
He used it for your good, girl.
Amen. The guy was like, I can't talk. I can't stop her from talking.
I'm gonna do something with this talking.
Let's put her in front of people and then just run her mouth forever.
Exactly.
She'll be all right.
Basically.
Well, no, thank you. Again, I mean, we can only thank you so much, but the transparency, the vulnerability, the motivation that you have provided today is going to carry a long time, and it's going to be a message that resonates with a lot of people who have experienced life. The way that we say life is lifing, you are an excellent example of how life tries to knock you down. You gather yourself. You get back up, and not only do you just stand, you continue to move forward. And in doing so, you build legacy, you build memory, you build a whole new life that you can enjoy and share with other people. So thank you so much for showing us how to spring into new things. With that, I am going to go ahead and sign us off. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. There's no amount of words that we can really use to express the amount of love that we feel for those who tune in, who subscribe, who are a part of this journey with us. We are Guys, we're on episode 30. We're 10 episodes away from finishing out season 2. We already have season 3 slated, and we're planning for bigger things every single season. It's been an amazing amazing journey so far, and we're only going to continue to elevate, uplift, tool the people with what they need so that they can go out here and make a difference in their life. You can listen to us on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your streaming. You can also find us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you want to get your motivation. We are there for you to find. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and thank you all and tell you can just chill until the next episode. Peace. Have a good night, guys.
Peace.
Two-door biscuit planter.
Oh, your sister gonna be so mad at you.